I'm Zeb Jones and you're watching Average Joe Sports Talk.
All right, we are here in lovely Collinsville, Alabama at the Jones residence with the legendary Zeb Jones. It's great to have you on for the first time ever.
Thank you, I'm glad to be here.
I really appreciate it. We've been trying to get you on a little earlier due to, this COVID-19 and stuff. It's kind of threw us off whack, but before you leave to go carry out your dreams in Miami, we finally got you on. I really appreciate it. So let's start in the early days.
Okay.
So I heard from your Aunt Rachel that you actually began flipping at 3 years old.
Yes, I was 3 years old. I would just flip around the house, jump on the furniture, things like that, and then, yeah, pretty much.
So do you remember those early days doing that?
No.
Okay.
Not that late.
So what is your first memories, or do you even remember what triggered you into doing that, or did it just something that came natural?
No, I don't. I feel like it's just something that came natural to me. Like, I don't ever remember seeing anything that young that made me want to do. I feel like I just kind of started somehow. Just
picked it up, and it just felt natural.
Yeah.
All right. So you ended up getting hooked up with Ace in Gadsden, and you learned at a very quick age, and then actually went onto a co-ed team that was coached by the JSU coach at the time.
Yes.
What was that experience like? Because I mean, you're getting coached at the highest level pretty much at what, 10 years old?
Yeah. At that time I was really young, so being on a team with a bunch of older kids felt like really good. Like, it felt like I was doing something good and I was excited about it, and I was literally the youngest one on the team at the time. So being on a team with like college and senior people, it was really fun and a good experience.
So y'all had like seniors and college people on that team?
Yes.
And you're basically elementary? Or
Yeah, I was like maybe 5th grade. Yeah.
So then you actually kind of got recruited to go down to Birmingham to play with the, or be on the Warriors team, correct?
Yes.
What was that experience like for you at getting, going through that at such a young age?
Yeah, Happy Hooper reached out to me and he contacted me asking me if I wanted to join Warriors, and that's like a really big team to be on. So I was very honored and I was really nervous to go. So at first I was kind of hesitant because I figured I wasn't good enough to be on that team. And so I just texted him back and I decided to try it. So I went, and it was the best experience that I've ever had in my cheerleading career. Like, he gave me so many opportunities that I wouldn't have got anywhere else. So.
How long was it once you were there to realize, hey, I am good enough to compete with these guys and train with these guys?
Yeah, once I started seeing like, oh, I can do what they can do, and I can do what stunt they can do. I could throw this girl as high as they can. I figured maybe I am good enough to be here, and since they reached out to me, it made me feel like I was. So.
Can you talk about your experience at Disney World when you guys went down there and you actually had some team medals and individual medals?
Yeah, at Disney it was very fun. We go every year for our end of year championship called Worlds. We go down there and teams from everywhere come, and we competed in a really hard division, Senior Large Coed, and competing against teams like this one that I have on my chest, and then other teams like Stingrays. It was really fun to be able to compete against them for the first time in my life, seeing them on TV and things like that when I was little. It was really good, and we ended up placing 4th in the world, which is really good for our division. So yeah.
Now, this last one got canceled due to COVID-19.
Yeah, it did.
How disheartening was that for you?
It was hard because this year's team, we were really, really good. Right before that, we were supposed to go to that competition. We went to Dallas, Texas and had a competition. And this division we were in was even harder, I feel like. It was medium co-ed this year. So we placed 2nd place at that competition out of a bunch of hard teams. So I feel like if we would have went to Worlds this year, we could have did really well.
So Top Gun is who you're currently with, and
yes.
How did you get hooked up with those guys?
So I've always watched Top Gun ever since I started cheerleading. I saw them on YouTube and I was like, that's crazy, like I want to be there one day. And it's always been a dream of mine. I was always wanting to watch them at competitions and when I seen them like that. So I reached out to the coach and I talked to him about how I wanted to try out. It's always been a dream of mine, and then he was interested. So I sent him my tryout video, and then I found out Tuesday that I made the team for the 20 through 21 season. Amazing,
man. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, through all this, you've actually continued to cheer at Collinsville, is that correct?
Yes, I didn't cheer this year, but I cheered the years before.
And how did that experience help you also, doing the two, and I'm sure it's two totally different trainings,
yeah.
but How did that experience go for you, you know, throughout your high school career?
Cheering at Collinsville, I feel like it made me less shy, I feel like, because, you know, you go to football games and you're cheering in front of a bunch of people, and pep rallies, you're cheering in front of your whole school, like people that you actually know. When you go to competitions, you don't really know the people that's in the crowd, so they're just kind of watching you. But like cheering in front of people that you know, it kind of makes you like open up more, I think. So I think that helped.
I'm pretty sure the girls that cheer with you at Collinsville's probably looked up to you a pretty good bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably wondering how in the world does this dude do this?
Yeah.
Now this next one's a two-part question, and I've asked everybody we've interviewed recently these questions for a simple reason: is everybody's answer has been different. I want to know what yours is. The first part of this two-part question is, how has your training changed or been different since this COVID-19 came down? That's the first part. And the second part is, personally, what have you done, you know, side note, outside of training to kind of pass time during this?
Yeah, how it changed my training, that the gyms were shut down, I couldn't really go anywhere. I used to work out the zone down here in Collinsville, and so I decided just to get some weights and work out at home, and I ended up purchasing some cheer mats to use. And so I've been using those, trying to stay in shape and work on my skills, because I can't really go do things that I would like to do at the gym currently. And how it affected me personally would probably be, wait, what was that question?
The second one's like, personally, what have you been doing like to pass the time? I mean, like hobbies or something.
All right. Personally, what I've been doing to pass time is I've been coming outside in my yard, tumbling, flipping, stretching, working out, things like that. I've been swimming at my house, just hanging out with my little sister,
I got
like
it.
that.
Just chilling then.
Yep.
I got you. You ain't went on no movie marathon. You got stuff to do.
Yep.
I like it, man. So here's a question I'm sure everybody that knows you's really wanting to know. Let's talk about your TikTok, man. You're famous on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
How did that come about, and did something you do go viral right off the bat?
Yeah, so on TikTok, I'm a cheerleader, obviously, so that's my whole life. So I post a lot of cheer videos and tumbling videos and things like that. So I posted a few videos of me tumbling at first, and like they got a little bit of like recognition, and then I started posting a lot more like daily, and I started posting like a bunch of jump videos and more tumbling videos. And one day I like went to sleep and I woke up and I checked my phone, and my phone was blown up with a bunch of notifications from TikTok, and I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? So I go in there and I just get on it, and I see it's like at 50K likes and stuff like that. Yeah. So and it goes up like every day almost. Like, it's like people see it every day. It's like still out there for some reason. I don't know. So but
it went viral, like it got in the algorithms and took off.
And so that happened, and then more followers just kept coming, and I keep posting more, and people would share my stuff with their friends. So I've gained a lot of followers over that time. I was at about 5,000, and now I'm at 14.1K.
That's awesome.
So yeah, there's a bunch of little kids that look up to me on the app, and so I just try to post for them.
That's more than little kids if it's
yeah.
Any man. So here's another talent I've heard that you have, and everybody will know about this. I heard you sound like Frank Sinatra in the shower, man. You sing in the shower, huh? Let's hear about this.
Yeah, I like to sing in the shower. I feel like everybody does, but...
Do you not sing out in front of people? Like, you're not a karaoke guy?
I sang at church before. I sang with my friends, but they told me I can't sing, so...
I got you. So, and also, I heard from your Aunt Rachel that you had got an invitation to meet the Alabama softball team.
Oh yeah, we
that was through Instagram, or? We
went to the beach one year, I think it was last year, and we was at dinner, and Brittany Rivera was with us, my brother's girlfriend, and we was at dinner. She recognized I was a Alabama softball coach, and we was like, okay, yeah, blah blah, and then we were leaving the restaurant, and they had just like got seated because they had a big team with them. And one of the girls recognized me, and she started like freaking out, like yelling in the restaurant, and like everybody stopped and looked, and she was just like, she started crying, and she was just freaking out. And she came over there, and the Alabama coach came over there with her towards me and was just asking if she could take a picture with me and things like that. And then, so I did. Of course, I love doing that. I love taking pictures with everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then recently the coach, not recently, but at that time, she texted me and she asked if I could meet with them to sign an autograph for them. And so they went and printed off a picture, and I met up with them, and then I signed her a little autograph. So
dude, that's awesome. Yeah. That is amazing. When you get people come up to you like that, how does that make you feel? And I'm sure you probably get it at competitions all the time, but now you're going to start getting it like on Instagram and TikTok. How does that make you feel overall?
I love it. I love that people look up to me and they text me and they like to send me videos of what they do that I make mini routines sometimes, and like I post them on TikTok, and they like to recreate them and they send them to me, and I love to watch that. And at competitions it's really fun just walking around, and then people want to make TikToks or take pictures.
Yeah, even in Atlanta that happened recently too.
Yeah, well. Atlanta, we had a competition and it was called Cheer Sport, and I think that's the most that anybody's ever like came up to me.
Because other people competing there.
Yeah, so people from all over the world come to these competitions, but I think that was the most I've ever got like attention out. So.
Yeah, you was walking around there like Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Let's say, okay, here's a question, man. Being from a smaller town like Collinsville, would you ever envision something like that happening? Like all of it happening so fast. I mean, you're not even, you know, you're not even lived your dream out. It's just now starting. But this early in life, having people come up crying, asking for autographs, and just being in awe, being around you, did you ever envision that happening? You know.
When I was little, I used to want to be famous so bad. I wanted to be the biggest.
Crowd, brother.
Yeah, I wanted to be the biggest celebrity of all time when I was little. I used to love to sing, dance, and whatever. But yeah, like being where I am now is kind of crazy to think that people look up to me or I have people watching me. Can be overwhelming sometimes, but it's fun overall.
Now, on that same note, let's take Collinsville again. Coming from a small town like Collinsville, do you kind of have a chip on your shoulders knowing you're going in these cities and competing with these people have the best resources and the biggest cities around the world that does this 24/7?
Yeah, because in Collinsville, I mean, it's a really small town, so you don't really get big opportunities like what I do when I travel and things like that, so it's really different.
I got you. Now I want to talk about something that's very special to you, and it was to your brother when we interviewed him. I want to talk about your family here. The Jones family is the first family of Collinsville, man. Huge support from your family.
Yeah.
Well-known family. You guys are Collinsville true and true. And talk about your family and what they've meant to you coming up and having that kind of support that supports everything you do.
Yeah, some people don't get the support that we do around here. When I was young, they've always supported me ever since I started cheer. You know, I used to get a lot of hate for it, but now everything's fine. But they was always there for me when people would do that, things like that. So being a male cheerleader is kind of hard because people don't see it how I see it, like from my view. So they've always been there for me, and I know they will, even when no matter how far away I am. So.
100%. Now, do you think all this would be possible without a support system like that?
No, definitely not.
All right, I like it. All right, so let's talk about your brother Caleb for a minute. This is a question I want to know. Which one of you guys is more competitive?
Oh my gosh, we're both so competitive. We argue all the time about who weighs more, who is stronger, yada yada yada. We just go back and forth to each other, arguing all the time about who's more competitive and things like that.
How can we prove? We need to prove this somehow. We need to make y'all play tic-tac-toe.
I know, we need to do something.
Or something. How's it been having Caleb grow up with you and you guys being so close and you know, kind of supporting each other through these years? Yeah,
me and him were really close in age, so I always went kind of everywhere he went. I would go with him to his little pee-wee practices and football games when he was younger to watch him, and I've watched him ever since. I go to all his basketball games, football games, baseball games, things like that. So it was always fun watching him and getting to cheer him on for a period of time.
All right. Now, you said you're about to move to Miami.
Yes, sir.
I want you to tell everybody who don't know what that experience is about and how this all came about.
Yeah. So I'm about to move to Miami, Florida to cheer on a team that's well known, really good, a great program overall. It's called Top Gun TGLC, and they're the best of the best in cheerleading, and I've always looked up to them. I wanted to be on that team ever since I was a little boy, so that since I finally got the chance to do that and the opportunity to go, I had to take it. So.
Absolutely. Living out a dream, basically.
Yes, definitely.
And when you had to apply from that, obviously they have to pick you. What was that process like, and was it strenuous for you to make that happen?
Very nerve-wracking. A bunch of thoughts in my head, like, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough to make this team, like, it's so good, like, there's no way that they would want me. And I sent in my tryout video, and I talked with the coach and things like that, and I just had to wait till they released who made it and things like that. So I waited for about a month, and I was just like anxious every day thinking about it. And then when that day finally came, I had butterflies all day, and then we got the email and I saw my name and I was just like, whoa, like, that's crazy.
What was that feeling like, seeing your name on there and you was like, man?
It made me feel like all the hard work that I've put in over the years has finally paid off, and that they see that I have what it takes to maybe work with them and things like that. So
yeah, that's amazing. Now I'm going to ask you a few questions to get to know you on a personal level. This is outside of sports or anything like that. Give me your favorite artist, like musical artist.
I think I really like Pitbull. I like his music, or I like.
You just saying that because you're going to Miami?
No, I really do like. That's what everybody says when I say that. They're like, "You're saying like you're." But I really do like his music. I've always listened.
Pretty
to
upbeat.
Music. Yeah, I like that. I like to listen to that.
Favorite actor or actress? Somebody that you're like, that's it. That's my guy or that's my girl.
Oh my gosh. I haven't even seen that show, so I can't say that. I'm trying to think of what I've watched. Name some actors. I really don't.
Any of the Marvel guys?
Nah, I don't really watch those.
Nobody's jumping out at you. We can move on to the. You like Sandra Bullock?
I don't know who that is.
We can move on.
It's hard. I don't know.
Give me your favorite movie ever. What's your favorite movie ever?
That's embarrassing.
That's pretty good. The live action or the cartoon?
Both. I like The Lion King. Yeah.
Scar,
when I was little,
Scar's
I was
one of my favorite villains ever.
I was obsessed with that movie when I was little. I had my whole room was filled with the toys and the bed and everything. So even the live action one was really good.
Oh
so,
no, yeah. Scar's one of my favorite villains of all time. I actually made a post on that and went viral about Scar. Yeah.
Yeah, I like both Lion Kings, the new and old. Yep.
What is your favorite vacation spot you've been to?
I went to Hawaii with Caleb, and that was really fun.
For Tiki Bow.
Yeah, for Tiki Bow. We went to Hawaii. I got to go with them. That was really fun. That was my dream vacation. So you can cut that right.
We can, but we're gonna roll because it's even funnier. What? Let me ask you this: how long was the flight?
It was awful. It was probably about 10 hours.
Did you change planes or was it straight?
We changed planes. We had a layover in LA for like I think 2 or 3 hours.
I got you.
The layover made it longer too. So.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Anytime you stop, man, it's just.
Yeah.
I'd rather just like pulling teeth. Let's just get this over with. Dream car. If we could hand you the keys to any car in the world, what would it be?
Maserati.
You want a Maserati?
No, I don't know. What's that? I want a G-Wagon.
A G-Wagon.
G-Wagon.
This guy right here. I like it.
I can always see myself in a G-Wagon. Charcoal gray G-Wagon.
I got you. Next question. What's your favorite pastime, like away from sports? What do you enjoy doing more than anything? I know TikTok's got to be up there. Social media in general, is that one of your favorites?
Yeah, I like to create things for social media. I like to do that, but I love hanging out with my friends. Like, I love doing that. I'm gonna miss
chilling
them,
out.
so yeah.
What's your favorite shoe ever? Not necessarily a brand, but particular shoe. Could be like Air Max or whatever.
I'm not really a big shoe guy, but I do like Adidas. Like
Adidas in
shoes.
general?
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite holiday out of all the holidays?
Christmas.
Christmas?
100%.
Mine too, it's not even close.
Love Christmas.
Where is your, like if we had you a limitless credit card that never got to be paid, where's your favorite place you'd go shop at?
Probably American Eagle. American Eagle. Or any like sports clothing.
What about favorite subject in school? What is that?
I would say my favorite subject probably English.
English?
Yeah, I think I'm good at English.
Don't go back correcting me on mine, man.
I ain't that good.
I'm just teasing. All right, these are going to be either ors that we always do with players. It's always fun. You just got to pick one of the two, coffee or tea.
Tea.
All right. Is yours sweet or no? Sweet tea or?
Sweet tea, yeah.
Okay, all right. Cats or dogs?
Cats.
Cats. Pizza or hamburger?
Pizza probably, but it depends on the day.
All right. Cake or pie?
Cake.
All right. This next one's, would you rather watch a great movie or a great television series?
Probably a great movie because I'm really bad at finishing TV shows. Like I'll start them and then I just don't have time to finish them.
Don't have time to finish them.
Yeah.
Exactly. I got you. Would you rather have a full day of snow hanging out or a day at the beach?
The beach.
The beach?
Yes.
All right. PlayStation or Xbox?
Xbox.
Xbox. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Hunting or fishing? Caleb does both. Do you do both?
I'd go fishing with him sometimes. I'd say fishing.
You know, say fishing? Okay. Let's see here. What else we got? Oh yeah, you don't even watch these. I don't know. I'm gonna ask you anyway. Marvel or DC characters? So like
I guess Marvel, because I don't know what DC is.
Okay, like Batman, Superman's DC.
Oh.
But you're gonna say Marvel because Captain America.
I guess.
I feel you. All right, give me your favorite memory. I've got a few more questions here.
Okay.
Give me your favorite memory at your high school here at Collinsville so far.
Favorite memory? Probably football season. I love football season, just hanging out with my friends, going to games and homecoming dance, things like that. Such
a great 100-year celebration. Made it to the semis this year. Your brother's star quarterback. And yeah, it's great memories this year. I actually had to share some of those memories with you guys this year. It's wonderful. What would you like to tell the people of Collinsville, not just your family, but just the town of Collinsville in general? What would you like to say to them for how, everything's played out for your favor and now you're moving on to Miami? But before you leave, like a parting shot, like what would you like to tell everybody that supported you?
I'd like to give a big shout out to everybody because this town is so small, so everybody just supports everybody. So I'd like to say thank you all for cheering me on at football games. Y'all like to watch me tumble in basketball games, things like that. And now watch me go on and live my dream in Miami, and I know I still have the support from all of you texting me and calling me, telling me congratulations and things like that. So I just want to thank Collinsville overall for being amazing to me. I've lived here my whole life, so.
Love it. Now we're going to close with this one. We always love asking people this. 20 years from now, where are you going to be living and what will you be doing as a career or owning as a business?
I can see myself owning my own cheer gym to be coaching, or just working at a gym like Ace or Top Gun, anywhere really.
What if you're taking over Top Gun by then?
I don't know about that, but I'd sure love to work there. But
Maverick, get it? You can do it.
I mean, maybe it could be anything's possible, but I do see myself living in a big city somewhere. I've always loved New York and LA and things like that, but I could see myself staying in Miami. So.
I got you. But you definitely gonna come back holidays here, especially Christmas and Collinsville.
Yeah.
Love it, man. Well, we appreciate you having you on, man, sitting down, taking some time out, and we're all pulling for you. Everybody here, locally, Average Joes and all, is pulling for you in your future endeavors, which is going and joining Top Gun and being the nation's elite.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.